guys, Han Yolo, another beer video, and before I move into the beer today, this will be the first video of my new series of this channel. I'll make a new playlist. I don't know what I'm going to call it yet, but it will still be beer videos, reviews of beers, but it'll be different because there'll be beers that I did not pick, and I chose to do this little series because they're just if I want to pick a beer to do a video on, or if I'm just going to pick a beer to drink, it's going to be a beer I know or a beer that I think I will like. There's like a high chance that I will like it. So it's always videos of me saying, oh yeah, this beer is great, this beer is good, I recommend it, whatever. Although I don't not recommend beers, like I don't say, oh I totally don't recommend this beer, because I always keep in the back of my mind that just because I don't like a beer doesn't mean you guys won't like a beer, so I never not recommend a beer. I always say it's interesting or it's not for me, but you should try it out. Things, something like that, something along those lines. I've said that many times in my videos. So I decided to do this just so it'll be more of a mixed review of like great beers, good beers, not so good beers, and beers that you should totally stay away. And I don't think there'll be too many of those. I've only had two in my life where I'm like, I really don't think you should drink this because it tastes like whatever. So I'll have this series. It'll be in a playlist. I don't know, I'll probably call it Other People Picks My Beer or Chooses My Beer or something like that. I'll just have family members, friends, things like that. My brother, my parents, I don't know, pick my beer or whatever. Just take them to the beer store and have them pick whatever beer. And a lot of people pick my girlfriend picks beer is she'll look at the can or the can artwork, and she'll read, whatever it says on there. She's like, oh yeah, this looks good, or yeah, that can looks cool. That's how she picks it. So it'll be interesting, man. Anyway, let's get into this beer. It is from Brewing Company. I have never had this beer before. My girlfriend picked this beer, and it's called Coffee and Cream, and it is 5.2% ABV stout. It should be a stout. I remember I read stout on here somewhere. No, it's not stout. For some reason I thought it was a stout because it said coffee and cream. Maybe I was reading a different can. Coffee and cream, coffee blonde ale. So see, I would never pick a blonde ale, I don't think, to do a video on, just because, not that I don't like blonde ales, it's not one of the beers I drink often. But the ingredients for this: malt, 2-row, barley, golden naked oats, honey malt, flake barley, and hops is Tetnang. Never even heard of it. Extras: lactose, coarse ground, thump wash, Ethiopian coffee, and this is brewed with coffee from Thump Coffee. Sorry, the can artwork there, and I know the glare is like ridiculous. I'll move the can closer. This is there you go, Brewing Company. It also, the logo is I'm not gonna say it because there's immature people like me who watches these videos. You can read that. Coffee and Cream Backyard Beer Series, 5.2% ABV, canned on 11/6/2019 on the bottom there. Just try to not get that glare. There we go. Just been sitting out for about maybe a little less than 10 minutes. I would say between 5 and 8 minutes. But let's get this into a glass. See what it looks like, smells like, and tastes like. I just can't talk to it for some reason. And it says 12 IBUs, by the way, on the can here. And I got this freaking massive stout glass because I seriously thought it was a stout. I read coffee and cream and I was like, oh, it's a stout. But I'm not going to change the glass because I don't give a shit. And I'll drink beer out of whatever glass I want. Poured with, I dumped whole can in there if you didn't know, notice. Poured with, I guess you said dump too. It poured with about a finger of head, slightly over a finger of head. White, fluffy, soapy head. Nothing crazy to it. It is not off-white or anything. It's just white, pillowy, soapy head, man. Looks like there's a little bit of carbonation bubbles rising to the top there. Putting it to the light, it is this golden, slightly hazy. I wouldn't call it a hazy blonde ale, but it is cloudy, straw colored, golden. Definitely more light colored towards the base of the glass here, and as you get up to the bowl, it is definitely a lot cloudier. It's actually kind of clear on the bottom here, but towards the top, it's a nice golden straw color, man. Kind of reminds me of like Budweiser or something like that. It's that color. Let's get the aroma. As I was pouring into the glass, I did smell a lot of coffee come off of it, so I assume that's the first note I'm going to get here. It is, and funny enough, because I said Budweiser, how the appearance kind of looks like Budweiser, it actually kind of smells like Budweiser. Like it just smells like a lager, I guess, like a Budweiser-y lager. And surprisingly, I'm not getting as much coffee on this as I thought I would, because pouring it, I definitely got coffee. Yeah, definitely coffee for sure, but just not as strong. And I smell the grains in this. Definitely smell the grains. I smell the barley. I smell the. I'm not sure if it's oat, but definitely the barley. Yeah, it smells very. It reminds me a lot of a Budweiser or a Bud Light, things like that. Those kinds of lagers. Slight caramel, slight vanilla, slight, not a ton. Trying to get other notes in here, but it seems like everything's just kind of muted on the nose for some reason. Yeah, that's all. That's all I'm getting, man. Coffee, vanilla, slight caramel, barley, grains, and yeasty. I guess yeasty lager smell. Other than that, man, that's all I'm getting. Let's get into it and look at the legs on this. Pretty nice, pretty nice. Let's try to see if we can form more leg without spilling any beer or dropping this glass. Yeah, it looks nice, man. The lacing on this, pretty nice. 5.2% ABV. Let's get into it. Cheers. Yeah, it's nice. I don't drink a whole lot of blind ales, and honestly, I don't know what to expect going into this, but it's good. It's drinkable. In my opinion, you definitely get coffee. You get coffee. It's not huge. It's coffee. It tastes like if you got like a drink from Starbucks or wherever you get your coffee from, like an iced drink, and you're nearing, you drink the first half or whatever, you're nearing the bottom, the last half of your drink, and a lot of the ice has melted, and your coffee is now like pretty watered down. That's what it tastes like to me. You get that very watered down coffee flavor, slight creamy vanilla sweetness, I guess. In the back end, definitely some bitter coffee flavors coming through. Not sour coffee, not like especially bitter coffee or anything like that. Excuse me, but you do get traits of coffee in the back end there. Up front, it really just tastes like a lager up front to me. Yeasty, you get graininess, not particularly like bread or cracker or biscuity. It's just like grains, like oats, I guess. Oat water, there we go. Like you put oats into a thing of water. If that I would know, but I've said before that I sometimes put too much water in my oatmeal and it gets kind of watery, and that's kind of what it tastes like to me. Oat water. Mouthfeel's alright. It has some kind of body to it. It's not just completely like water consistency, but it's very, very close to that. And honestly, I expected it to be that way. So it's a plus that it has somewhat of a body to it, has some texture. It finishes dry, man. Like it is a dry beer for sure. I'm not sure if it's the coffee that's causing that or just like it's kind of in my head, but it is definitely dry. Like as soon as you get that coffee note on the back of your tongue there, it's out, it's dry, man. And it finishes relatively short too. Once you get that coffee, it kind of just fades away really. I'm gonna say it's an easy drinker. 5.2% ABV is it's not low in ABV, but it's also not high. I can see myself drinking a couple of these. Like I wouldn't go out of my way to buy another can, but it was the only thing on tap. I don't mind drinking it, but then again, I don't mind just drinking whatever beer because I'm not picky. And if that's all you got, that's all you got, right? But I definitely wouldn't like pay $10 for a pint of this. That would be ridiculous. Yeah, slight creamy vanilla sweetness. Other than that, it's, I guess, coffee and cream. Like if you just didn't tell me it was supposed to be like coffee and cream, I would just say, oh yeah, this is like some coffee infused or coffee inspired lager or blonde ale. Yeah, that's probably, or I'm not sure if I would say, yeah, I'd probably say blonde ale. I would say some sort of ale. But yeah, bitterness is just coffee bitterness. There's no actual hop bitterness to this. You get, I don't know, I guess some toasted grain taste to it too, but not a lot. Overall, drinkable beer. I wouldn't seek it out, but if you happen to see it in your stores, I don't know how far Ben Brewing distributes their beer, but if you see it, it's worth a try. It's not bad. It's definitely a good drinker. Nothing I would sip on, nothing I would savor. It's just a beer. That's all it is. Anyways, man, this is Ben Brewing's Coffee and Cream, 5.2% ABV Blonde Ale. First video of this series of people picking out my beer to do videos on. If you guys like the idea, please, or have other ideas or something I can add to this, I guess, leave a comment below. Subscribe for more videos. Thumbs up if you like the video. Hit that bell for notifications, man. And as always, dream big dreams and believe all things are possible. Thanks for watching. Cheers.